guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sophia Camarda, and if you haven't seen, I just did the worst iPhone 12 Pro Max unboxing thus far. It's a tradition on this channel. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go check it out. But today is kind of like a follow-up to that. I'm gonna show you guys how I set it up and basically what's on my iPhone. Firstly, I have the graphite iPhone 12 Pro Max. I have the black silicone case on it from Apple. It's very sharp and I'm in love with this phone. I've had it for almost a week now and I feel like years have been added to my life. Like, I absolutely love this phone. By the way, I'm filming this at 1:30 in the morning because I have the most messed up sleep schedule and I'm just chaotic, so subscribe. Here's what my home screen looks like, and I will link my wallpaper down below because every time I do this, people ask me to link my wallpapers and things like that. So everything will be in the description, and if you need help, just comment or DM me. So once you enter my phone, this is the main page. I try to keep it very simple. Like, I don't like to be overwhelmed when I open my phone and just see all this nonsense. You may notice that I have no notification badges. As a society, we have progressed past the need for notification badges. They're so ugly, they ruin the vibe, they stress us out, we don't need them. Go in your settings right now and turn those off. They are busted. You can just look at your notifications when you scroll down and see what you need to see. You don't need the badge there. You guys know what to check. Like, you know you're gonna have messages, you know you're gonna have Snapchats. You can check when you want to check. Why do we have to be bothered with the badges? Like, it's so unnecessary. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before we continue this video. Let me go through now and show you guys what I've got. So firstly, I have the calendar widget in the top left. I say this in every what's on my iPhone. I just really like it there. I feel like it makes sense. You can see the date right away and then everything else follows after that. Then we have the clock, the phone, the camera, and photos. I feel like this is a good flow. I try to keep it where it makes sense. For example, camera should be next to photos. Then on the next section, I kind of view it in like groups of two. So then we have the wallet, the calculator, maps, and Waze. I used to be really obsessed with Waze and now I kind of hate it. I feel like it's just always messing up, and Apple Maps has been improving. Next to that, I have the weather widget where you can see I'm in Charlotte and it is very cold out, but I'm happy because I love the cold, so it's a vibe right now. And I really like having this widget because it tells you like when rain is coming and things like that, so it's really helpful. I'm very weird about the weather. Like, I find it so fascinating and I really like to know what's going on outside, so I like this widget a lot. Then on the bottom, this is new. So Spotify just launched a widget maybe like a month ago and it shows what song is playing, which is really nice, and it really goes well with my background usually, so it's very aesthetically pleasing. I have the most amazing Spotify playlist. If you guys want to add me, it's Sophia L97. Let's just go through a few of them. So if you're a true fan of this channel, you probably know about McDonald's Sprite. I'm gonna read you guys the description if you're new. These songs feel like the cold air coming in as your car windows are down and you're cruising around the city at night. This is exactly the perfect description. Like, everybody knows that McDonald's Sprite is really crispy to the point where it's almost like liquid static. Like, that is what these songs sound like. Everybody that I send it to loves this playlist. It's such a vibe, especially now when it's getting cold. I really need to do some updating on it, but I love this playlist. I have a playlist of songs where it lines up all the days of the week. There's really no purpose of this, but it's just for the vibes. I have one called Luxury Resort where no kids are around. This is just really a specific genre of lo-fi beats that would be probably played at a resort in some really fancy beachy city. I don't know. It's probably playing out of a rock next to some luxurious pool and there's no kids to be found, like no screaming, just cocktails and good energy. So there's that. Like, what? I have a list of my favorite songs by The Weeknd because if you guys are new, he is my favorite artist of all time. These are my favorite songs by him and these never get old, like ever. It's kind of scary how much I listen to his music. And I have a lot more playlists, but you guys should also check out Yeezy God Radio. This is my boyfriend's playlist and he goes off with these. Like, this is always being updated and it's kind of a mix of like small artists and big songs as well. And I'm always listening to this because it's always fresh. Out of Spotify, we have the health health app, the app store, and then on the bottom we have notes and day one. Day one is kind of like a journal app. I've been writing in this, I swear, since like 2015. It's really cool to look back on just to see all the entries and see like how I've progressed as a main character. Like, I look back and I'm like, wow, I was really a mess, and I feel good about myself. And then on the bottom we just have messages, Gmail, Safari, and of course YouTube, so you should definitely subscribe because why the hell not? Then on the next page, these are more of the apps I use very regularly, like in depth. The first page was more of like things that I might need quickly and that are more basic, and then the second page is where I go in. We've got Twitter. If you want to follow my Twitter, here it is. I'm on there like decently. I definitely use it a good amount, so I do think it's a good way to get updates if you want. And then we have Instagram. Here's my Instagram page if you want to check that out as well. I'm not like huge on Instagram, and I feel like my interest is leaving the chat now that they're going downhill with these updates. Like, it is just not my favorite thing, but I do post stories on there almost every day, so if you want to keep up with that, I do use it for that. But I really don't make a lot of posts. I don't know, that's just never been my thing, but I am trying, so check me out on there. Also, you could check out Camarda Crystals, which is my crystal jewelry company. I feature you guys on there a lot. If you take a picture of your crystals or anything like that, I usually repost you, and it's really cute. So thank you to everybody who supports me, by the way. It makes me so freaking happy. Here's Snapchat. Don't judge my Snapchat score. Like, I just made this account a couple days ago. It used to be Sophia Noel, so if you have that account saved, you could go to this one. It's just Sophia Camarda now. Next we have Discord. I love my Discord server. I love everybody in there. Like, shout out to you if you're in there. If you want to be in there, you could DM me and I'll send you an invite link. It is so fun. Like, it's been really popping off lately. It is free, by the way. Like, we literally just come in there to chat. It's like a big group chat if you're new to Discord. I'm in there, so you get to hang out with me too. Everyone in there has such good energy. We have a chat in there about specifically Apple, because I know a lot of you guys are into Apple. I feel so connected to you guys, and I just really love it. So I love Discord. Then we have TikTok. I don't really post that many, but here's my page if you want to check it out. Then we have Pinterest, and I really only use this when it comes to like interior decorating. I'm not on here all the time, but it was really helpful for when I was moving into this place to get ideas. Then we have Reddit and Twitch. I used to stream a lot more. I probably will be doing more in the future, but I used to do it literally every week. So if you want to follow, it's just my name, Sophia Camarda. Facebook, I hate. Like, I do not open Facebook at all, but I use it because the family has it, and you just have to keep in touch with the family. So SoundCloud, I really mainly use it for unreleased songs by the weekend. Like, let's be real. Wells Fargo is my bank, and then Venmo, of course. Then we have Starbucks and Dunkin' because I'm crazy about coffee. It's insane. Lately, it's been all about the peppermint mocha, which is crazy. Like, you guys know I love the pumpkin cold brew, but I don't know. I just really hit a point where I got sick of it, which is insane. Like, you guys know I was so obsessed with it that I made a freaking video about it. And you guys ask me all the time, like, what I get from Starbucks. Regularly, I'll do like a cold brew with vanilla and some soy milk, like just a little bit, and that's kind of it. Amazon, because I'm always ordering from them, and then Philips Hue. Guys, I talk about my Hue lights too much. Like, I'm so obsessed with them. Everyone asks like what lights I have behind my TV. It's Philips Hue strip lights. They are amazing. I really like how you can set custom things. You can set an exact color that you want and save it and have like a custom setting. I really love that. Then I have the American Airlines app, and then Flight Radar. I'm really weird about planes and flying. Like, I'm oddly obsessed with it. I really like to watch the planes and stuff like that. I've explained this in other what's on my iPhones. Like, this is a weird obsession that I have with this app, but you can look and see the planes that are in the sky in real time and see where they're going, how high they are, like just crazy things like that. So it's really cool to watch. The Weather Channel, Shazam. I know that you can find songs through Snapchat or something. I can't figure that out. Like, I don't know if I'm just incompetent, but I don't know how to do it. I'm stuck in my ways of using Shazam, and that's the end of that. And then next to that, I have the activity widget because I do work out a decent amount, and I have an Apple Watch, so it's really nice to see my progress throughout the day and kind of watch it. It's at 0 right now because it's literally 2 in the morning, so that's great. So I was having a big dilemma with this phone, like, should I do folders, should I not? I really find them so ugly, so I was trying to avoid it as much as I could, but honestly, there are some apps that I just do not want on display. Like, they just need to be in a folder and be left the hell alone. So I made a third page for that. Here we've got the business folder. I use this pretty much for YouTube and Camarda Crystals just to run everything. Then we've got the lifestyle folder, and these are kind of self-explanatory. It's just kind of things you need but don't need on display. Like, why do I need the Xbox app out? I don't know. I use it like once in a while when I need it for something. You can see what I've got. It's really nothing crazy. This is my shoes folder for when things drop and stuff like that, entering raffles and whatnot. It's pretty much everything you need. It's not all of the apps, but it's like the main ones. And then lastly, we have the Apple folder. These are just all of the Apple apps that you really can't delete, but you kind of need at the same time. But I will mention the voice memo app is very useful. If you guys send a lot of voice messages, do not do it in iMessage. Like, they always get lost. They're always busted. Like, something's always happening with them. Do the voice memos in this app, because then you can send them. They're not gonna get lost. And then if someone like sends you a voice memo back with this, like using this app, you can save it and just play it and leave the app. You don't have to sit there and listen to a voice memo. And then if you lose your place, you have to restart. Like, if you voice memo, you know the vibes. Like, this is just the way to go. And then of course you can see I have my batteries. Sometimes I have my AirPods showing up on here too. So that's very satisfying when I can see all my batteries at once. I really like the way I've done my phone this year, because I've really cleaned up a lot of the unnecessary apps, and I feel like it's super organized and aesthetically pleasing. I know a lot of people do like the widget smith and try to get everything like really color coordinated and things like that. I cannot do that. Like, I am almost too picky to where I will never be satisfied. So I just keep it classic iPhone vibes. I really don't go too hard with like the custom aspect. I can't handle shortcuts. I hate how it makes that weird like skip before opening an app. I can't do it. I know there's some things to fix it, but I cannot be bothered. So I'm sorry. That was what's on my iPhone. That's how I set up my iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I'm really liking it. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, let me know. I'm always changing things. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.